Hey, there's Wisconsin Wine Guy, and we are here with another NA wine for this dry January of 2025. Are you participating? I hope so. It's time, there are times like these, after going through a whole year of drinking wine or any alcoholic beverage, that you should give your body a break. In fact, one of my subscribers said to me in a comment that, you know what, they wait until March to start indulging in wine again. How cool is that? I like to start February off with like, once a week to slowly rebuild my system and getting back involved in drinking wine. But with the emergence of NA wines and a lot more to choose from on the market than what it was years ago when I did this, I just may have to find a nice little balance between, my alcohol wines and NA wines over the course of the year. But I am going to continue to share with you some of my discoveries of NA wines, and hopefully you can find these in your locations and your stores where you shop, whether it be liquor store, grocery stores, or wine shops. And if not, ask them to bring in some of these brands so that you can try them yourself. No, today we're going to be doing Hand on Heart. Now, you may be familiar with this brand. They came out and hit the market in 2022, I believe it was. But you may be familiar with this brand. They do a Chardonnay, a Cabernet, and a Rosé, I believe it is. And this wine is produced by the Miller Family Farm, Miller Family Wine Company. So they do have a portfolio of wines they produce, making real wine. And in 2022, they decided to, let's make a NA wine for those people to enjoy our wines, but don't want the alcohol. So some of the brands they produce you may be familiar with, like Optic or Butternut wine. Most people probably know the Butternut Chardonnay. So that's two of the brands in their line. But they have a whole line of wines. I'll make sure I put the link to their website so you can see that. And Hand of Heart has found its place in their lineup. So this is going to be vintage, of 2022. This is going to be Sauvignon Blanc. All right, all Sauvignon Blanc. Let's see, Sauvignon Blanc in a small percentage, maybe 74% Sauvignon Blanc, 26% Muscat. I believe that's the percentages, but I will confirm that down inside the description. But I'm interested in tasting this wine. Now, remember, in one of my previous videos, I talked about the different methods that are used to remove the alcohol from wine, and also talked about some. You got to be careful those who just simply crushing grape juice and putting it in a bottle and calling it NA. But look at the website, go to the website, and you can read what their processes are. Now, this Miller family, when they go through the process and they make the Sauvignon Blanc as a traditional wine, pick the best grapes throughout Venus and California and some from their own. Pick Santa Maria and excuse me, Santa Maria, and they make wine. From the wine making process, they work with a company out of California also named Bev Zero. Bev Zero, they focus and specialize in removing alcohol from wine. They use the cone method. I like to call it the centrifuge or the spinning of the cone method. And then in fact, there's a video I'm going to go live and shoot this video so we can all learn that process together. They try to get the wines turned around back to the winery in like 24, 48 hours, which is pretty cool, so it maintains its freshness, and utilizing that process, it maintains the original structure of the wine itself. So that this comes in at a alcohol percentage of less than 1%, 0.5, so it comes less than 1%. Again, Sauvignon Blanc, the grapes in this one here. So I'm looking very much forward to trying this, and if I enjoy this, I'm going to try and find and taste the rest of their wines as well. So let's get at it. Screw cap. Why not have a screw cap? You may have some wines that will put a cork in it just to keep with tradition and give you that whole feel, go through the ceremony, if you're drinking NA wine, go through the ceremony of having a wine that has a cork, Oh, I can smell that from here. That's pretty nice. But this is a screw cap, which is fine with me. Now, how beautiful is the color? right? Let's get my background here. How beautiful is it? Wow, I can just smell this wine. That's wonderful. Look how beautiful that color is. A nice, golden yellow, golden hues, almost like a kiss of the sun, in this Sauvignon Blanc. Now for the nose. Ooh, I also, when I was reading some information on it, it goes through this natural fermentation. It also does some time in oak barrels as well. So to add a little bit more body to it, and in fact, you can even smell that richness, so to speak, from that barrel aging. So you do pick up some Sauvignon Blanc notes, pick up some subtle hints of wood spice, and ooh, wow, citrus. Wow, as I smell this wine, more of this wine comes to light. How cool is that? So far, so good on the nose. I mean, this is truly a Sauvignon Blanc on the nose. Wow, no shortcuts here. So you get grapefruit, grass, subtle floral notes in there, and some stone fruit. Maybe white peach. Wow, very nice. Now, two-step process. Acidity. No acidity, no play. Even though it's in a wine, it shouldn't be flat. All right, here we go. Okay, nice blended acidity. Not over the top. It brings a decent balance to it. Definitely has that Sauvignon Blanc tartness to it. Okay, I should have found, the sugar, they say 3 grams of sugar, is what's in this bottle for 4 fluid ounce, so 3 grams of sugar. So it has some residual sugar, but just enough to bring it together and to give it a balance. Okay, wow, that finish. You pick up all the elements that you had on the nose. That's a Sauvignon Blanc for sure. It has a more of a dry tart finish to it. So I'm actually liking it. Very crisp, very refreshing. But that finish, I think that little touch of the barrel uh, added some more depth to this wine. Very nice. Mm, wow. Now because they're used to, some may be used to having, a little bit more residual sugar, which you'll find in some wines. But I like what they have here. It's very nice. I like that subtle tartness, but it doesn't last long. It's just right there. You feel it right in the back. Just if you were drinking an alcohol Sauvignon Blanc. So now, let's put it to the test. I have here something I whipped up very quickly just to see how it's going to go with food. I myself, this is a rigatoni. Only eat rigatoni in the wintertime, fall and winter time. I think it's the right pasta for the season with some sauteed mixed greens and tomato sauce made from tomatoes or marinara made from tomatoes fresh from the garden. A little spice to it, with some cracked peppercorns or red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna give this a try and see how it's gonna go with this wine because we want to make sure that our NA wines will pair well with foods as well. Let's give it a taste. We're gonna try it first with just a pasta. I got the munchies. I'm hungry. Mm, 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 mm. Now, I myself enjoy white wine with a red sauce. You may differ. Okay? We have to talk about fruit on fruit. And there's a natural sweetness that exists in my ripe tomatoes. Okay? It says with the greens. So I wanted to try with the pasta first, and I got some extra virgin olive oil drizzle on. And I'm gonna try with the greens. These are like bitter greens, beet greens, rocket or arugula, and kale. and spinach. Now, here's the verdict. For me, I like it. Okay, I like that tartness that exists, and then that fruitiness comes through, and that spice that I have in my tomato sauce, it kind of brings more of the fruitiness out in the wine. The wine has like a dry style or a dry finish to it for sure. Mm. But I do have a little bit more ripeness in my tomato sauce, so it brings up more of the tang. But then having with the bitter greens kind of balances that out, so you have a contrast and subtle harmony to it. So I would drink it together. But on its own, I think it's a very good wine, very good NA wine, hand on heart, for you to have a Sauvignon Blanc without the alcohol. So if you can find it, give it a try. And let me know what you think. If you had it before, let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you next time when I can introduce you some more of the hand on heart wines for your pleasure. It's Wisconsin Wine Guy saying as always that your palate be the guide. And I'm going to continue to explore more food pairings with this. See you next time. Ciao.